Hot 16. Who the? This is my theme song, people, the Hot 16, because we got 16 black quarterbacks starting. Well, 15 plus 1. I don't know what happens in Atlanta. I'll get into that in a moment. Triple beam. Can't use this whole song. So I gotta figure out. How I'm gonna use that song. But what's going on, peoples? It's your boy, the BQF, Black Quarterback Forum. And you know, this is my Bible right here. Put it up there. That's my Bible. Still reading it. I like rereading it. Talking about black quarterbacks and such. That's what I do. Started this channel or show 4 years ago. And I said one day, that first show or that first year, that we would be equal as far as number of black quarterbacks in the NFL. And however you want to look at Tua, whether he starts in Atlanta or my man Penix Jr. starts, it's 16 black quarterbacks. So my show is probably, even if I take 2 minutes per quarterback, that's 32 minutes. So my show is probably running about 40, 45 minutes this year. Because we got so many black quarterbacks to talk about. And I'm going to have guests from time to time. Most of my friends told them what I'm doing. And my boy Tyrone going to come through from time to time. He was on the first year with me. And some other people. Now just keep this in mind. When I have a guest on this show, they can talk about whatever they want. But yours truly, the BQF, I'm keeping mine to the black quarterbacks. Okay. So I'm going to change out those jerseys. But those are 4 of my favorite. Jordan Love. Man, just was 2 years ago won the Super Bowl. Hell, it'll come to me in a second. Lamar Jackson. And of course, Patrick Mahomes. Man, in Philly. His name will come to me, people. I got it written down somewhere. There's these bad names. So many names. Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. So many names be going through my mind. But anyway, those are 4 of my favorite. So, and I'll say this on every show. I hope my man, number 8, Lamar, goes on and wins him a Super Bowl. It's wide open this year. I've watched a few shows already just to get an idea of what they're going to be talking about. And in the NFC, they're saying the Rams are the best team. So, I mean, hell, man, they get old boy to come back. Aaron Donald just really need you maybe 8 plays, 2 plays a quarter. You know, or if it's a close game, we need to just sit up till the 4th quarter. Then we're going to pressure the hell out of them. I mean, so, man, I can't wait to see that defense. Whew. I'm an old school football guy. I'm 62 as of a month ago. I always like to reference my age because I've been around football a long time, like a lot of people. I've played at the high school level. I could have went to college, but I didn't go. Got into it with coaches and so forth. I'm that kind of guy. But anyway, I love football like a lot of millions of people. I don't gamble. I can't afford to. But I can talk about football. And what's funny to me, before I get into all the 16 black quarterbacks, is black people will rally around any black cause except black quarterbacks. If the black quarterback ain't played for that team, the hell with him. I got so many Pittsburgh Steelers friends, I should say. They're like, man, hell with Lamar Jackson, hell with Patrick Mahomes. You know, they don't play for that team, so I get it. You know, I used to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. I talk about it. The minute Dak is gone, Dakota Rain Prescott, his middle name Rain. Yeah. The minute he's no longer, I don't care about the Cowboys. That's a tough division right there. Oof. We'll get to him in a moment. But anyway, so this is what I do. Year 4. Got me a little makeshift studio. Got enough room for a guest. I just ate some dinner. Still drinking on a nice cold one. They can't do that on regular TV. So as I said, year 1, I mean, you got the professional, the analyst up here, and I put my hand out here for the super fan. Not that they smarter than the fan. It's just the super fan usually likes his or her team only. Where these analysts, they try to stay independent. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. I got just as much love as a super fan of any team, but all the teams with black quarterbacks. I feel like my knowledge is up there at times. Because I watch football. I don't need someone telling me what I saw. I mean, of course, people on TV are going to have inside information from time to time before it comes out to the public. So I get that. With all that being said, let me just review all the black quarterbacks that will be starting this upcoming season. I mean, we got 7 in the AFC. Before I do that, let me just touch on some of the old cats that laid the groundwork for what all these young boys is doing in the NFL now. And I know most people don't know these names, but like Marlon Briscoe, he was one of the first to be drafted, I believe, going back to 1968, the 14th round by the Broncos. I believe he did get a start somewhere in there. I didn't read in detail. I just did some quick research. James Shaq Harris with the Rams. I remember him specifically with the Rams. You know, he was started the playoff game and won. Oh, excuse me. And then there was Joe Gilliam, one of my favorites. I remember this cat from the Steelers when I was young. He was just as good as Bradshaw, but he had some other problems. But he got 2 rings. 2. He was on the Steelers. He was good. He was good. Then, of course, Doug Williams, first black quarterback won Super Bowl. So, but what they don't talk about a lot, players like I mentioned Tony Dungy on a previous video, but Tony Dungy, the first African American black head coach to win as a coach to win a Super Bowl, and he played quarterback in college. But when they draft came around, it was like, no, we can't play quarterback in the NFL. He really wanted to be in the NFL, so when playing cornerback for the Steelers, won 1 Super Bowl. So a lot of that was going on, but today it's kind of like all forgotten, right? I don't even know, like on week 1, are they going to even acknowledge that half the league is black as far as quarterbacks? Probably not, because they wanted to make it seem like it's always been this way, and that's not the case. Okay, I'm here to tell you. You can go back and do your research. This book right here, Rise of the Black Quarterback, talks about all that, the way he was treated. So I just want to remind people, I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl to some degree, but I hope a black quarterback wins, whether it's Lamar Jackson or anybody else. With that being said, it's like preseason. It's week 1. I'm in preseason too. So we got 7 black quarterbacks. These are bona fide black people. In the East, we got Malik Willis and Geno Smith. Rob the Seahawks. I looked at his contract for New York. There's this website called Over the OTC. I forget that last. Let's see. Not over the contracts or something. I forget exactly. But anyway, it breaks down contracts of all the players. Of course, I'm interested in quarterbacks. And so Geno, he's only making the minimum, or like 2 or 3 million. But I don't think the Jets going anywhere far. That's a tough division. So then we got the North with the Ravens and the Browns. Got Lamar Jackson. So I hope Lamar gets some help at wide receiver. Me personally, I feel like your wide receivers 6'2", 6'4". The small guys are slot guys. If you got 2, I'm gonna get to Cincinnati's cats in the moon. But if you got 2 big guys on the outside, right, and you got that slot speedy guy in the middle, it's hard. When you got that slot speedy guy who should be in the slot, but he's out on the end, it just don't work as well. I don't think so. Hopefully Lamar gets some weapons. In Cleveland. Now I will say this, right? I looked up Cleveland. They drafted that kid. I just looked up his name before I came out from work, the quarterback, him and Shador was in the same draft. They drafted him, I think in the 3rd round. I think it said his name will come to me in a moment. And then they drafted Shador in the 5th. But that kid's not even getting no play with Shador and Oh my goodness. The other brother on the team, his name will come to me, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting all these people's name at the moment. Shador and Deshaun Watson. They're trying to decide who's going to be the starter. When this kid, Dylan Gabriel is his name, I believe, he was drafted. And when has that ever happened? Well, you're going to draft a quarterback first and foremost, and then you're going to draft another one. But the second one you draft plays, and the first one, that makes no sense to me. And all they're talking about is the contest between Deshaun and Shador. But what about that kid? And if you were gonna, it just makes no sense. Some of the things Cleveland do. I will have to say this about the Browns. Way back in the day when they wasn't letting the brothers play quarterback or they hated the brothers, period, racism, Cleveland stepped up and was like, nah, they playing on our team. Y'all need to get used to it, like it or not. So I'll give them that credit. But right now, I don't know what the hell they're doing. So I personally want to see Deshaun. If this was my situation, I would play Deshaun until he fades out. Get what you can out of him. He's on that mega contract. I think he's making like 46 million this year. It was probably the last year. But I would get what I could out of him, and then I would play Shador. I mean, because all that money, he's gonna have him sit on the bench again. Anyway, moving on to the South. We got two more teams with Houston, C.J. Stroud, and the Titans with Cam Ward. They say C.J. Stroud cut his locks off. I got to get a picture and post it at my website of him without the locks. So that defense, they say that defense in Houston is good. So C.J. needs to step it up. He got one of the Nico Collins, I believe is his name. I like that cat. He got a good receiver there. Let me back up to the North right quick. With He's not a black quarterback. Well, he got two of the coldest receivers, Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Those boys are bad. Those two are my favorite receivers, man. Those cats will clown you in a heartbeat. So if they could ever figure it out, I mean, they went to the Super Bowl with Joe's first or second year. If they could ever figure it out, I think it was his second. If they could ever figure it out and get Joe whatever he needs, man, watch out, because T. Higgins will clown you. I mean, he just put the ball in his area and it's snatched. One hand. Like he might got three hands. How did he catch that? Dude was holding him. He caught it. Anyway, so I love those cats. The Titans back to the South. So the Titans got Cam Ward year two. Maybe he's gotten some help. We'll see how he does. West, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Only black quarterback out there. We're going to see if the Chiefs bounce back. But once again, I was looking at the height of the receiver. I know Xavier Worthy, but he ain't no bigger than me, people. I am 5'11", 170. He's 5'9", 170. He's fast and speedy, but you hit him hard one time and he might be done. I mean, so Patrick need help at receiver. As the AFC, now the NFC got 9. That's right, 9. So in the East, it's going to be a battle there. We got the Eagles with Jalen Hurts 2 years ago, won the Super Bowl. Cowboys, Dak Prescott, man, got close to the Super Bowl with Dak. And the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, was in the NFC Championship game. He was hurt last season, but we're going to see what he do when he come back. Got 3 brothers up there in the NFC East. That division. They say Jackson Dart got wheels like Lamar. We're going to see. We're going to see. In the North, we got the Bears, the Packers, and the Vikings. The Bears, Caleb's, he's developing to a very good quarterback. Packers, one of my favorite. Y'all see the jersey. I got the Caleb Williams jersey, too. I got most of these cats jerseys. I got to buy some more. I just ain't got a bunch of money. So Jordan Love, one of my favorite. The Packers. And the Vikings got Kyler Murray, Mighty Mouse. So I've been seeing articles. The kid, J.J. McCarthy, he's pissed off, mad. So, hey, I said at the coaches, I don't know. I ain't got time to read every damn thing, but we'll see. And in the South, we got the Panthers and the Falcons. Panthers got Bryce Young. They made the playoffs last year. They was 8-9. Okay, this is the second time I can remember that division had the winner won the division with a losing record, 8-9, and made the playoffs. I looked at the score of that game, and I think they gave the Rams a battle. I believe it was the Rams. The Rams beat them, but they was going at it. So, and then in Atlanta, who we gonna start? Penix Jr. or Tua? Tag me over. My Samoan brother. No disrespect to the Samoan people, but he's a black man to me. Okay? I prefer Michael Penix Jr. there. I think he has one of the prettiest passes in the NFL. He just got to get right, get him some weapons, and stay healthy. And then finally, out west, once again, we just got one team. That's the Cardinals, baby. With Jacoby Brissett. And they got tough task. They got the Rams. Seahawks, two of the most recent Super Bowl winners. Then they got the Niners, who just um, they paid Brock Purdy all that money. Let's see what Purdy does. And with that website, man, look, I know athletes they make tons of money, but some of them ain't getting close to winning a championship. So there you go, 16 people, hot 16, baby. Yes, sir. So it's yours, boy. I mean, yours truly, the BQF. I'll be probably most likely doing my show on Wednesday, a couple days after the Monday night game, and the day before Thursday night. So until then, good luck to you and your team. Because you know, the BQF, baby, we love all the black quarterbacks. Take care.